Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all having a phenomenal day today. It's a fairly nice day out here in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I hope it's a nice day wherever you're at as well. I'm out and about on another walk with purpose. Episode number 696. Episode number 696 of Walking with Purpose Live. We're only 4 episodes away from the big 700. We'll do something very special for number 700. That'll be happening probably sometime later this week or over the weekend. I have a very very incredibly important topic to discuss here today. I've talked about this before many times, and I'm going to talk about it again because this topic is very relevant to things that are currently happening within the communities I'm involved with out here on YouTube. Communities that I've truly tried to help. Communities that I've tried to spread nothing but peace, love, happiness, and serenity. I've done nothing but truly try to help better people with the best intentions, deep within my heart and soul, my head and heart, however you want to say it, right? And there's been a lot of scrutiny regarding it because the truth of the matter is we have a lot of immature people nowadays, more so than ever before. Throughout the entire history of time, we've never had more entitled and immature people living on the face of this planet. And it's just getting worse and worse. And these entitled and immature people will never respect anything I say, even though it's good for them, because they're so fucking entitled with the way they were raised. Or if they're in a relationship, with the way that they're being further coddled in their relationship. I'll explain more about that in a little bit. Just like they were coddled by their parents, sometimes in relationships, one side coddles the other. Typically, it's the man coddling the woman. The millennial man is coddling the millennial woman because millennial men consist of the absolute most beta males in their generation, more than any other generation in the history of time. So you got more beta males in the millennial generation. Many of them are already spoiled, entitled, and have been coddled. They're dating these spoiled and entitled and coddled women, right? That are also empowered due to feminism and all that, right? And women's lib, right? And these men are so weak, and these women have become so strong, and these men are so pathetically weak that their weak behavior further enables the entitlement and immature behavior of these women. And this has created one big, astronomically large issue in our society. I come out here and I stand tall each and every day. And I know a lot of these people don't like me. More so the millennials that are being called out for their piss poor, shitty, entitled, and immature behavior. They don't like that because they know it's true. And because they're so used to getting everything handed to them by their parents, and in a relationship, typically the women will take advantage of beta males and get everything handed to them even further, right? When you call them out on that, they get super triggered because they know it's true, right? It's the absolute truth. And today, I'm going to share some more of my thoughts regarding some things that have been happening within my community. And hoping for the best and praying for the best for these people that have basically flipped their lid. No one likes being called out on the truth. No one likes being told what to do. I understand that. What I do out here on YouTube as a coach, and yes, I am a coach, I am a real coach, and if you don't think I'm a real coach, you can go suck an egg. I value myself, I have self-respect and self-love. And I'm a very down-to-earth and humble human being. But I also don't put up with bullshit, especially from spoiled, entitled millennials that are immature and come out here on YouTube and further display their lack of maturity, their lack of professionalism, their lack of adulthood. And you get triggered when I say that because it's absolutely true. You lack maturity, you lack professionalism, you lack responsibility, and you feel that the world owes you everything. And the world doesn't know you a damn thing. The world doesn't know you shit. Now, there's a group of people out here that have been harassing me for a while. It's all good. I don't care. I'm going to talk about it because it's comical to me. And we're just going to put it out there head on. And you folks can think whatever you want. A lot of all this stems from one person. Goes by the name of Legion. Lycan Legion, Jamie, however you want to say it. He's doing a stream right now on another topic. Like Gypsy Rose. But I wouldn't be surprised if he preempted that show to rebroadcast me because that's what his audience wants. Right? His audience wants me. They don't want to hear about Gypsy Rose's forced marriage with this guy, and it was all for show. We all know that Gypsy Rose thing, to a certain extent, was all for show, right? A lot of things you see out here on YouTube and on real TV, on regular TV, it's all for show. It's all for drama, entertainment, cringy, for clicks, or to tune in and watch commercials and to sell commercials and to make donations, etc., right? That's all it boils down to. And I'll say this about Jamie. He's been doing this same type of content for 6 years, 5-6 years. It's not only done to me, it's done to many other people. Him and his cronies, they go around YouTube and they, even if you don't talk about them, but they want to have something to talk about, they'll come and infiltrate your chats on your live streams. They'll follow you when you go on other people's live chats and infiltrate their chats, they'll intentionally antagonize you until you snap and react, and they won't stop even if you ignore them until you react, so that way they have something to talk about. That's what he does. That's what you do, James. Yeah, I'm not upset at you, James. I'm just calling it as I see it because it's the same cycle you've done for years, not only to me, but many other people. And you're going to keep doing it, despite the fact that you've been removed from this platform and you keep coming back. And I don't have a problem with you being here, James. I really don't. I don't have a problem with you being here, right? And you're going to keep coming back, whether you keep getting removed or not. And that's not the problem, man. The thing is, it's like, how much longer are you going to continue to do this type of content where you and other people you work with go around YouTube channels intentionally trying to antagonize people that aren't even talking about you and have gone to other communities and have completely ignored you? Like, I've ignored you. The thing is, you're in a position right now, James, where you got to do what you got to do to keep the money coming in. I get that. I understand that, right? And right now, one of the hottest things that's making you, maybe it's making you the most amount of money, is Coach Eli content. And even though I haven't been talking about you and I haven't been saying a thing, you and other people within your group have come to my chats. I've ignored them. And then they get mad at me for ignoring them. And they know, those people that come here know that they're trying to antagonize me to set up the future shows for you or for them or for both. That's what it is, right? I know the game. I get it. You both have referred to it as clocking in and clocking out, right? That's cool, right? That's totally cool. I get it, right? It doesn't matter how real I am. It doesn't matter how truthful I am, how helpful I am. I do help people. I am a real coach. I am a good coach. And I don't care what people you work with, or your cronies think. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is how I feel about myself. And I keep coming out here and helping people despite any BS you continue to throw my way and others' way, right? Because I'll tell you this, if it wasn't for Jamie and a few other people he works with to keep antagonizing the Coach Eli haters and to keep trying to antagonize me, there would be no more Coach Eli hate. This is being purposefully continued because it's content that they need to feed the audience that they have for donations. That's the bottom line. Let me check out the chat real quick. It's sunny. Hi, Elias, says Goth Influencer. Legion has to use you for donations. Tracing has only gotten him so far. Okay. Patty says, hi, Eli, good to see you. Good to see you too, pal. Patty, thank you so much. I forgot to email you, but I was going to. Thank you so much for your other generous donation you sent a few days ago to PayPal. Patty, that's not necessary. And I appreciate your kind words. I was waiting to see you on the show too, to thank you. I appreciate your kind words in what you said. Saying that I am appreciated. I appreciate you saying that. I thank you for that. I do appreciate that. And you've done more than your part, Patty. You don't have to, continue doing that in the future. I know money is tight and all that. I appreciate you, Patty. I thank you for, seeing the light regarding what's truly going on here with content in other groups and, how they intentionally have antagonized me for years. Even after ignoring them they continue to do the same thing. They've been doing the same thing for many years. It's a team of them that do it because they've got an audience of people that don't like me, and I honestly think these people don't like me either. I think even though, some of these people, say it's just for show, I really honestly think that maybe they don't like me. And that's cool. That's cool. If you don't like me, you don't like me. And you folks don't need to email me and tell me that we like you. It's just for clicks. I really don't care. I'm just sharing with my audience what's going on here because it's just the same old shit, right? And all I'm sitting here doing is helping people. Now, the topic of today's show for episode number 696 is the level of entitlement and immaturity nowadays is astronomical. One more time. The topic is the level of entitlement and insecurity or insecurities nowadays is astronomical. Give me a second. I'm having a hard time seeing. The sun is really bright. Patty says, "You're welcome. You're a good guy, Eli." Well, thank you, Patty. Thumbs up the stream and share it out, please. And Patty, you're a phenomenal person too. Both Don and I have gotten to know you, through these chats, and we've seen your kindness and generosity. It's not even about the money. I think you know that. I think it's more so. We appreciate the monetary donations too from you and anyone else that's donated or will donate in the future, but we more so appreciate kindness and sincerity and people that are reasonable, and you're a very reasonable person, Patty. Like I've said in the past, you can't reason with unreasonable people. You just cannot reason with unreasonable people, especially people that are making content out of fake instigated drama. They antagonize people on purpose just to have something to sell to an audience of people that want that particular content. In my case, the Coach Eli haters were created by Jamie. So, he's going to leverage them every now and then when other things aren't panning out as well for him. That's just the way it goes. I get it, dude. I get it. I get it, dude. And I've avoided you guys. I've ignored you guys. And the bottom line is you keep inserting yourself into my business on purpose because of the hate audience you created and you want to leverage. That's it. That's all it boils down to. You can't say anything different, right? But I'm going to say this, okay? We're going to talk about Christina one last time here today because we've been talking about Real Talk Christina, who was on the Real Talk with Roy show channel, like 4 days ago, discussing a topic, are men or women the problem, right? And initially I went to bat for Christina because she sounded very calm and professional and reasonable. And Roy really raged at her and got really angry. And like I said on my show earlier this morning that I did on the main channel, go check it out. I did a response video to a stream that Christina did yesterday. And then she did a video response to that stream, a part 1. She's going to be doing a part 2, right? I'm just letting you know, Christina, I have the option to file copyright takedown notices on people that use large portions of my content without my permission. Fair use allows you to use small excerpts, less than 5% or less of someone's content for commentary and criticism. You don't have the legal right to use an entire 2-hour piece of content and occasionally make commentary on it. That's not fair use. So I don't want to be a jerk about this, and I don't want to have to file copyright on it. I'm just letting you know, if you're going to talk about the situation, use minimal portions of my content. If you use my entire 2-hour streams for your content, at some point I will be filing DMCA copyright takedown notices on you. That's just the truth of the matter. Okay? Now, before I get further into this, listen, Jamie, I don't have any problems with you. I, in my mind, am at peace with you. I think maybe you're at peace with me too, but this is your content. This is what you need to do to make money. You need to stir up the pot. You need the Coach Eli drama to feed the Coach Eli haters. Yada, yada, yada. Hey, Easy Prod, how you doing, man? Right? But quite honestly, James, I do think, even though, this is your online persona, I do think at least a small part of you in the real world doesn't like who I am. And I think the same goes for other people in your group. Right? And that's cool. I'm not your cup of tea. That's great. I'm not your cup of tea. But you folks certainly are invested in my content constantly more than anyone else is. So, as much as you folks say you hate my content and you don't like what I do, you guys are sitting by your phones waiting for the notification to go off, ready to rebroadcast, ready to live view bot me like you're currently doing right now. I'm assuming it's you. Plus, James, you're the owner of the Coach Eli channel. At least you're doing it because you posted the same exact screenshot of a community posting I made on your General Legion channel, and you put it on the Coach Eli channel. Right? Same exact one. It doesn't matter. I don't care. You don't need to admit it. You don't need to respond to it. It's just stupid, man. I mean, it's just a facade to feed your audience for entertainment and donations. And one more thing, okay? You can explain this to your audience. I really would like you to come up with a logical answer. Not for me. You don't need to come here and say anything. But for your audience, okay? You are now white knighting, in essence, for Christina, and you're saying I'm harassing her when you know I'm not harassing her. Because, see, here's the thing, James. There are many women you've called out on this platform for similar things. There are many women that you are currently going at in very harsh ways for similar things. I did not go at Christina harsh. I just basically called her out on what I feel she's leaving out so I can help her figure out what's going on so she can better her life. But it's very hypocritical for you to go at these women in a much harder way than I've ever gone at anyone, including Christina. I was just dissecting their situation. But now you're supporting Christina, saying that I'm harassing her because she's involved in content with me, and now you want a piece of that, so you're going to pretend to like Christina for a little while and send your cronies over there like you did. So that way you've got this back and forth now between her and I that you can cover as well and make more donations with the Coach Eli haters, right? I mean, seriously, dude, do you think I don't understand your operation right now? That's what you do. That's what you're doing. You don't care about Christina. I don't think you hate her. But I don't think you really care about her at the level that you're showing. I think you're pretending because anyone that's been involved with me is someone that you can leverage. See, all you've done, James, is leveraged my audiences time and time again, right? You leverage the rejects that I call out. And I'm not calling you a reject, Christina, but it's a figure of speech. You leverage the people that I try to help legitimately, and because they can't handle the truth and get triggered, you show up there, you incite your audience to go there, then you create a thumbnail for her. You're the one that created the thumbnail for her on that video, and you told her to use your video of the rebroadcast you did on my stream this morning from my main channel. See, dude, you're trying to antagonize me, and you're not. You're not antagonizing me. You're not. Because I got my own audience. I got my own supporters. And we're growing this thing. And I'm just calling out exactly how stupid this whole fucking thing is. The immaturity is a little overboard on here. Would you agree, Patty? I mean, Patty, I'm not trying to, listen, I'm not trying to feed into drama here or anything, but this is ridiculous. And this is all, I'll tell you this, this is like 90% incited by Jamie and his people for content. This is what he does. And when it's not him going around antagonizing people, he has other people on his team that do it for him and set him up. That's all it is. And that's all. And quite frankly, I don't care. I just want people to know that. I want Christina to know that. I don't care, Christina. After this, I'm not talking about you, and I'm done. Like, honestly, I really want nothing to do with you because your behavior, Christina, is just asinine. Your behavior for a mid-30s grown-ass woman is just asinine and ridiculous. You know, you let some guy on the internet that's trying to help you legitimately by sharing his honest opinions trigger you at that level. If you overreact at that level over some dude on the internet trying to help you out after you put yourself out there publicly and shared your story, I can only imagine how triggered you get at your husband or your family for the smallest thing when you don't get your way. And that's where the entitlement behavior comes in. The entitlement and immature behavior comes in. You put all this out there publicly. You put it all out there publicly. It's fair game. Now, I'm not using any of your content like you're using mine. I may watch your content, hear what you say, take some notes, and speak on it with myself and my camera. But I'm not going to use your content and take views away from you and, risk getting taken down for copyright. But you folks do that. I wonder how triggered James gets. I don't know what you mean by that, dude. Look, you guys make jokes about him and his orientation, and he's a straight guy, okay? I'm not here to poke jokes at James or anyone, despite what he does for entertainment purposes per se, right? Okay? All I'm here to say is exactly what's going on. And I'm just letting people know. I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. Like, I'll let them do what they're going to. I don't care. They could do it for however long they want, but I'm going to call it out every time. I'm going to call it out every single time. That's all I'm doing. I'm making people aware of the game, how it's played, who's being used, and Christina, you're being used. And if you're okay with being used, and you feel special because you think your channel's growing with Jamie sending over the Coach Eli haters to bombard you and give you a false sense of growth, wait till you see what happens when you're of no use to them anymore. They're using you now for Eli content, and you're falling into it because you're triggered at the fact that I legitimately shared things trying to help you. After you put all your stuff out there publicly, I responded to your video that you responded to me, and I shared my honest thoughts in a respectful way, trying to help you better your situation. The problem is, Christina, you can't handle the truth because you're so freaking entitled and spoiled. You probably were raised in a spoiled way, and then you got with a beta male husband that has no balls to stand up to you, so it further enables your piss poor behavior. No one holds you accountable. So when a guy like me tries to be a good person to try to help you out by holding you accountable, you don't like that. You don't want to be held accountable. You see, it's not about me holding you accountable or anyone else holding you accountable, Christine. It's about you holding yourself accountable. And you're not good at that. You're not good at that because you feel that you're entitled to everything, and you're not entitled to shit. Neither am I. Nobody is. Nobody is. Christina is the filth queen. What do you mean by that? Listen, I'm not. Look, I'm not here to trash talk anyone, including James. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. Other people on their end trash talk me, and I ignore it. I'm just going to ignore that. Jules, I don't have a problem with people talking on, but they talk about Dawn in ways that aren't true. I'm not saying anything about anyone that isn't true. And if it's not true, I'm stating my opinion. I'm not intentionally, Jules, I'm not intentionally attacking anyone just for fake instigated drama content that these people can incite their Coach Eli hate audience and Don hate audience to donate. That's all it is. That's all they care about. If there was no money involved, Jules, you think they would be wasting their time with this? They do this for the money, right? People are paying them to have them talk shit about myself and Don. And let me tell you something, Jules. Don and I don't care. We laugh at it now, we ignore it, and we call them out. But let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Jules. Real talk, Christina had nothing to do with Jamie and his group. Nothing to do with it. Okay? I've been following Roy for a while. I've even been on Roy's shows before. Jamie hasn't. And I was talking with Christina, and I decided to do a reaction video to it. And James inserted himself into something that was none of his business. He only did it because he wanted to get the Coach Eli hate train in full force. That's all it is. That's all it is, Jules. So what else are you going to tell me? Jules, I don't hate you, and I'm keeping it real. That's all it boils down to, Jules. So they can trash talk Don all they want. And you know what, Jules? They still trash talk Don. Even though they say, oh, you know, well, you don't want us trash talking Don, so too late. We're going to trash talk Don now because now you're trash talking somebody that we care about. Go suck an egg. Don't sit here and try to play that game with me. Don't sit there and say that you're not going to trash talk my woman or that you're going to trash talk my woman if I don't stop sharing my responses or opinions on certain things and other people that are public figures out here. You're going to trash talk Dawn regardless. It's just part of the antagonistic ways. That's all it is. Quit nighting. Yeah, listen, I don't want to talk about any of that. Okay? I really, really want you to stop talking about James and all that stuff. I don't want you to bring in Drama Unleashed or anything. Okay? Nothing like that. Because all they want to do is keep antagonizing me. I don't have a problem with any of them, but all they're going to do is come in here and say, oh, yeah, you're letting them trash talk James. No, I'm not. You just want to come in and antagonize me to get more of a reaction for more drama, clicks, and donations. That's all it boils down to. So do me a favor, guys in the chat. Don't sit there and talk about his orientation. Don't sit there and bring up Drama Unleashed, okay? They work together on some things, and that's as far as it goes. That's as far as I know. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to incite them to come back here and do what they do. I don't want that. That's what I want to stop. I don't want them inciting the fake instigated drama on me anymore. So can we cut it out? Goth influencer, I'm going to delete that message. It is irrelevant to what we're talking about here. It doesn't matter what others say, dude. What matters is what you say and what I say. We don't have to repeat what others say. I don't agree with what they say, and I don't care about what really goes on in that community. I just don't want to cause any issues on something stupid like that they would want to flip and make more content out of. These people antagonize people on purpose for reactions to turn into content, to turn into donations. I honestly want to minimize or get rid of the antagonism completely. This has been going on for 6 years, dude. It's his same. He doesn't do it just with me. He does it with everyone, right? And he's been removed from YouTube for circumventing many times because he got shut down on many channels. And look, I don't have a problem with the guy being on the platform, but all this stuff that he's done, yeah, maybe it's entertainment content. It's against the terms of service. That's why he got removed initially. No disrespect, James. And so, you know, he keeps coming back on many channels and keeps getting shut down. He gets up to like 1,000 subscribers and his channels go down. And I don't wish any harm upon him. I just really wish the dude would move on to bigger and better things. This whole thing has been played out. It's just played out. It's the same old thing, man. The same old thing. It's just time to move on. But again, the funniest thing is he's white knighting for Christina because he wants to use Christina to attack me to further incite content and donations from the Coach Eli hate audience. Good job, James. Did I not think you weren't going to do that, dude? That's what you've done. That's your MO. That's what you do. You set things up like that, dude. And yeah, maybe you've got her for right now, but eventually she'll figure out what you're doing. Maybe she'll listen to what I'm saying here and ask you, is that what you're doing, Jamie? Are you using me to, attack Eli so it incites your Coach Eli haters to donate to you? Yeah, Christina. Think about it. I'll tell you, Christina, maybe you're pissed off at me because you think what I was saying to you on my previous stream was to be a jerk. No, I truly care about your best interest. I truly wish things will work out between you and your husband. But the way that you're handling things is only making matters worse. But because you're so entitled and no one's ever held you accountable for anything, you don't like the fact that you're being held accountable. And it's not me necessarily that's trying to hold you accountable. I'm trying to basically share the truth with you so you can hold yourself accountable and hopefully repair the damage in your marriage. All right, 38 minutes. This is lap number 2. I'm going to do 3 laps today. And then I'm going to go and buy my girlfriend Dawn a salmon dinner and myself a burger at a nice restaurant because I'm loaded with millions. I'm loaded with millions. And my mother gives me more millions and my estate gives me more millions. I'm like a rich fucking loaded guy. And so I'm going to take all my riches and I'm going to go buy my girlfriend Dawn, who I love dearly, a nice salmon dinner and myself a nice big fat burger. And you know what I'm going to do, James, also? I'm going to go buy myself not a $70 pizza. You got that one wrong, James. It was a $50 pizza, and it was a big-ass, huge pizza with extra cheese and like 10 toppings, high quality. In the North Bay area at a very prestigious pizza place. Not $70, but I'll tell you what, James, I'm going to go find a $100, $200 pizza. I'm going to buy a $200 pizza. And then I'm going to broadcast it live from the studio, and I'm going to have Dawn and I just do a stream eating a $200 pizza on the air just because you want to get your rocks off on it, right? And your audience wants to get their rocks off on it, right? You want me to give you more content? I'll give you more content. Did you get the hint so far? So yeah, I'll take my riches, my huge millions that I've got in the bank. And I'm going to buy Dawn a salmon dinner for 7 days straight. And I'm going to buy myself a $60 4-pound cheeseburger with all the fixings. Because that's what you guys love talking about. Oh, how can Eli afford to eat out every day? I don't eat out every day. And I get good deals. And what does it matter? Why are you wallet watching me? You guys accused me of wallet watching back in the days. Maybe I was. I stopped doing that. But you guys have been wallet watching me for 6 fucking years. So you tell me. Give me a second here, folks. I got to get into the... shade here. Eli knows how to treat his lady. Someone should take notes. I'm not a rich man, Patty. I'm really not. Apparently, these people think I have millions, or I'm being handed millions or tens of thousands from my mother, and I'm taking that money and eating out every night. So might as well just lead them to believe that I have millions, and that's how I can afford to eat out every night, right? You folks have no idea what kind of deals I get and what my budget is. But they're all invested in how much money I spend eating out with Dawn. They're all invested. It's funny, Patty. It's funny. You know why they're invested? Because a few creators continue the Coach Eli hate train. They continue. If these creators stopped rebroadcasting me, these haters would have nowhere to go. They would fizzle out. The whole thing is just stupid, Patty. And I think you used to be a part of it, you said, and you got tired of it and you left. And you know what? Mad respect to you, Patty. Mad respect to you. I know, Eli, it meant you treat your lady kind. Well, thank you, Patty. I do love Dawn. I do love Dawn. I'll do anything for her. I'll be her caretaker, her best friend, her lover. I'll buy her a salmon dinner every day for the rest of the year. I'll go broke and buy her that salmon dinner every day if that's what she wants. You know why? Because she's earned it. Because she's not entitled. She's not spoiled. She's a very kind and loving woman. Does she have her moments? Sure. What woman doesn't? But let me tell you something. My woman comes from the Generation X era, like myself, and I believe you as well, Patty. And we were raised with morals, values, and ethics. And we were raised to love our neighbor as ourselves, right? Like the Bible says, right? Love thy neighbor as yourself, right? Oh, Save Robbie was here? Did he have a message held for review? Was that the Sandra? You don't have to unban him. You can leave him banned. But was that the real Save Robbie? I'm just curious if that was a sock account or the real Save Robbie, because I think him and James have been going. Like James goes at it with everyone for content. Like if James isn't going at it with someone for his fake instigated drama, then there's nothing to monetize. So maybe him and Save Robbie are, playing some skit together. Who knows, right? Who knows? 3 equal accounts, so that was a fake Save Robbie. Why in the world would a fake Save Robbie account come in here? That guy's like never really even talked. Maybe he talked about me one time in the past. That was a long time ago. Like he's never gotten involved with me, right? That could be one of James's people just trying to stir up the pot, right? I got to tell you this, James. You are one of the most antagonistic people I've ever met. You and some other people that you work with are intentional antagonizers for content. That's what you are. You're the antagonizers. Now go ahead, change your channel names to the antagonizers, right? Watch, they're gonna do it just because I said it, because that's what they do. They love every word that comes out of my mouth, obsessively. It's insane, right? How you doing, Sandra? Great to see you here. I want to be adopted by Eli's mom. These people think that my family has millions and like we're loaded and stuff. We're just an average everyday family. My family bought properties 40 to 50 years ago out here and made some good investments. That doesn't mean we're made of millions. That doesn't mean we're richy prissy people. We're doing all right, and we're humble people. And that's it. Right? But these Coach Eli haters and all these people want to make it appear like this is some kind of Real Wives of Orange County or something like that. Or like real dudes or real husbands of San Mateo County or something. They want to make it like that. And it's just stupid and ridiculous. Goth influencer, I think I know who you are now. I'm going to remove another comment of yours that I just realized. The head comment. I know who you're referring that to, and I'm removing it because I don't want her coming at me saying that I didn't remove that comment. Now, you got to understand, ma'am, I know you're watching me like a hawk. You're there every minute, part of instigating the Coach Eli drama for clocking in and clocking out, whatever, right? I'm not always going to see all these comments, and I'm not responsible for what comes out of other people's mouths and stuff if I don't see it. If I see it, I'll take care of it. If I don't see it, then don't get mad at it because I didn't see it. But you like to react to everything, ma'am. You think that I'm allowing people to attack you, and I'm not. And you know I'm not allowing people to attack you, but even though you know that, sometimes you'll still kind of come at me because it gets me to react, which gives you more content, right? I get it. I understand it. It's all good, right? But I took care of it. I hope you saw that. I took care of the head comment there because I think it's fucking rude, right? And if he continues to come at you and other people, then I'll ban him. Not because you want me to ban him, because I don't allow anyone to be attacked like that, whether I'm being attacked by those people or not. Regardless of what you guys do to me, I'm not going to let any hate come through my chat. Jenny Sandler, how you doing? I don't like being watched like a hawk, too. You guys watch me like a hawk. I don't like being watched like a hawk and being blamed for stuff that is not my fault. I'm tired of that. Okay? I really want to move on from all this. I really want everyone to move on. I want the antagonizers to move on, do your own thing. Okay? Maybe it's time to dissolve the Coach Eli hate audience because it's been played out. It's been played out. And if you guys want to keep coming out the Coach Eli hate audience, then I'll keep talking about it every day until it dissolves itself. I'll devalue the Coach Eli hate audience so much by talking about this every single day until everyone gets tired of it, including you guys. It's time to move on. It is time to move on. In turn, I wish all the best for Christina. Marriage is hard, and sometimes the truth is hard to digest. What do you think about my stream earlier? You said you saw my stream on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, Jenny. Do you think I was being hard on her, or do you think I was being honest and real and helpful? You're a woman. Give it to me straight. Scroll up. Eli, as it relates to your stream that night, I did not find anything inappropriate about what you said. I am a tough love type of person myself. Amen, Jenny. That's why Don and I have the utmost respect for you. You know, Jenny, if Don and I are ever back east anywhere in your neck of the woods, we'd love to take you and your husband out to dinner at some point because I have mad respect for you and what you've told me about your husband, the military dude. God bless you, sir. Even though I'm not in the military, I salute you, man. I hope that wasn't inappropriate. I respect that dude. I respect how he handles you in a respectful way, but he's not afraid to call you out and be a man when he knows you're kind of pushing his buttons, right? And you love that about him because you try to jerk his chain and you know that you can't because he won't let you because he's a strong, good dude that's there to love you and protect you and your kids and your family, right? That's a real fucking man right there. That's a real man. Not like these millennial now, I think you guys are Gen Xers, but even if you're millennials, there's an exception to every rule. A lot of these millennial men nowadays are pathetic, weak, needy, desperate, insecure. And they're entitled because they were raised that way. And the women that they're dating are entitled because they were raised that way. And because these men are so beta, they further enable the entitlement of their wife or girlfriend by being beta and letting the woman step all over them, right? That's why I think you're the way you are, Christina. You will not let anyone hold you accountable. You won't even hold yourself accountable, let alone anyone else hold you accountable. You will not accept responsibility for your actions. You are an entitled and spoiled and immature person. Woman, female. I said it very politely. I could have said it a lot more harshly. Number one, I don't want my video removed from YouTube. Number two, I want to be professional about it. If you can't accept responsibility in your mid-30s, a married woman of 8 years with 2 children, if you're this irresponsible, then I don't know I don't know how the hell your household is keeping it together. Christina is very immature, says Goth Influencer. Jenny Sandler, what I would have done differently is maybe you and Christina could have had a call beforehand. She didn't want to. This way she would have gotten familiar with your coaching style. Thank you, Eli. He is a good one. Of course. Jenny, here's the thing. I was testing Christina I told her I want to do a pre-recorded video instead of a live stream. She goes, I don't do live videos. I'm sorry, I don't do pre-recorded videos. I only do live streams. So at that point, I was like, this woman is really entitled and wants to get her way every time. And I'm like, you know what? That's not going to work with me. It's not. It's not. When I was in my teens and early to mid 20s, I let women run all over me. I let them dictate what I should do for myself. No more. Now, I am fair with women nowadays, including Dawn. But if something is not fair that a woman is offering, I'm going to call her out. And I think Christina is used to getting her way with her husband and with other people. I think her husband started to stop giving her way, and now she's frustrated because she can't get her way anymore. So when I said, hey, let's do a pre-recorded live stream so we can talk before we record the video, and if we have any issues, we don't have to put it out, or we can edit out some parts, nothing relevant, right? And I would never edit it out of context. But she said, no, I only do lives. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Then I offered her to do a members-only live stream, and we would put the replay to public, but she didn't go for that because now she's triggered that I called her on the truth. Now she's a spoiled, entitled little princess, that's too triggered to face the truth. So she backs out. That's fine. I don't care. It doesn't matter. She showed her cards. I'm telling you right now, everyone that knows her, that's associated with her, that she's been on panels with, I'm sure they're all going to hear what I'm saying, and they're all going to know. I'm sure they already all knew, right? I'm sure many of the people that she's associated with, especially guys, already knew. I had to see for myself. I didn't like how Roy came at her. I still don't like how Roy came at her. But I understand now why Roy was coming at her. Because Roy knew about how Christina really is before I figured it out, because he's known her longer. It took me having a few interactions to see her cards. You see, women will shit test men to see if men are strong enough to be with them mentally, emotionally, physically, etc., right? Okay? But see, I shit test women, whether I'm dating them or whether I'm looking to work with somebody on some content online. I'll shit test women and men too. I shit test everybody. And she failed my shit test. She did. And she's triggered because she knows she failed my shit test, and she doesn't like the fact that she didn't get her way with me. That's the truth of the matter. You're not going to admit it. It's going to trigger you more, Christina, but that's the truth of the matter. Somebody has to call entitled people out on the truth. Because if we don't, this whole world's going to continue becoming more and more and more entitled. Between parents, sorry, hang on a second. Between parents coddling their kids and then these women getting with beta males that won't stand up to their woman when she's out of line, it further enables them and entitles them. And that's the problem nowadays. That's exactly what Dawn's dealing with her daughter. No disrespect. I hope they work it out and all that, but, Dawn and her family, her daughter, they coddled her. They gave her everything that they felt they didn't have from their mothers. So both, Dawn, the mom, and Dawn's mom, the grandma, they coddled and they spoiled Dawn's daughter. and created that entitlement behavior. And then she gets with a guy that's a weak beta male, and he gives her everything that she wants, and it further enables that. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Somebody let me know. Am I talking out of my ass, or do you guys understand what I'm saying? Does it make sense? I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just saying, look, if you continue to enable piss poor behavior from parents to, a man you're dating or a husband, right? What do you expect to happen? What do you expect to happen? That's exactly what every man should be doing. Pre-record videos are better because you could have removed anything she didn't want out there. True. You see, Christina, we could have removed stuff you didn't want out there. The bottom line is, Christina, I record live on tape, and I usually don't edit unless it's something that the person I'm interviewing requests me to edit, or if there was a glitch or something. But no, she wanted to go live because she wants the attention of the live stream. She wants the attention from the guys and other people. She wants to get, she knows that the pre-recorded videos won't get her as much immediate attention, and she's very thirsty for that. That's the truth of the matter. You don't want to hear the truth, I'll tell you the truth. I'm not harassing her, I'm not bothering her, I'm stating the facts. You're a public figure. You put yourself out here. I'm being very respectful about it. You just don't like hearing the truth. That's the bottom line. It's the bottom line. Now you got yourself tangled up with, Jamie and my haters and all that. And let me tell you something. That's not going to pan out well for you, Christina, because, again, they're going to use you and make you feel worthy for a week or two, and then you're going to be yesterday's news. And when that happens, don't come crying to me because you're not welcome back here. You blew it. You blew it. Everyone that's been here for a while, you folks all know how this goes. AZ Prod, Jenny Sandler, you all know how this goes. Sarah, I'm not dragging Jamie. And Sarah, let me tell you something. I have no problems with you, but I'll call things out as I see them. So I was sent a screenshot that you were on a J-Rom stream trash talking me to J-Rom, and I thought you don't like J-Rom. So what do you have to say about that? I'm not mad at you, Sarah, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm not trash talking Jamie, but if you're going to call me out on that, then I'm going to ask you. You have told me you don't like J-Rom, but you're there supporting his stream because he's talking about me? Come on, Sarah. I understand fake instigated drama, clocking in, clocking out, right? Let's hear what you have to say. I'm not friends with him, but I chat and streams because he's talking about me, and you want to incite the Coach Eli hate some more, right? For fake instigated drama donations, right? Clocking in, clocking out, right? Let's be real about it, Sarah. Come on. You see, Sarah, I haven't banned you here because I don't hate you. I never have. And it's interesting to get your perspective of things, such as this. When you come here, I can ask you about certain things, right? It's all good. Let's see. I was not trashing you in there. I wanted to get his opinion about your new schedule. What's my new schedule, Sarah? And how do you know I have a new schedule? I don't even know I have a new schedule, Sarah. My schedule hasn't changed. So what's my new schedule? Are you talking about caretaking for Dawn? Are you still going off on that because it's funny to your audience? Sarah, listen to me. You know I'm smart. I know you're smart. And I'm not going to play this game with you. I don't hate you. I think you're very smart. I know what you're doing. You know what I'm doing. So how about we just meet in the middle? I know you have a new schedule because you announced it publicly what it was, and I used to know you when we were friends. I still consider you a friend, Sarah. I patched things up. That whole thing with the Jamie thing, I let it all go. It's all good. Yeah, no. I mean, I fit things in. I do my part. I'm a good man. I take care of my woman. I still do my stuff. I balance it out. I don't see why it's such a big deal. Why is it such a big deal to you and the audience? Like I can't just help Dawn recover from a broken ankle, give her, her medication. I mean, I just don't. I don't understand what the big deal is. It's like this is normal, everyday stuff. People go through this when they get older. I just don't understand what is such a big deal about it. It's all good. It's not a big deal. I'm just curious to know. Am I missing something, or is this all just one big entertainment shit show for you guys? That's what I think it is. It's all good. Grotesque, how you doing? It's all good, Sarah. It's not a big deal. And I'm not trash talking Jamie. But you and I both know what his MO is. We know it's a fake instigated drama, clocking in, clocking out. We know it is about antagonizing people until you get the reaction to do a live stream and incite donations. I get it. I'm just saying that. How is that bashing them? I'm not bashing them. I'm just saying that's what he does. That's what he does. I wish he would stop doing that to me at least, or do something better overall. He's much more capable of doing better content, but he still wants to do this fake instigated drama, appearing real / antagonizing people, even people that ignore him. He still antagonizes them until they respond, right? It's like poking the bear until you respond, right? And you ignore and they poke harder. He pokes harder, right? I mean, that's not cool, right? These people like MJ and Roy are trying to reel you into drama. They're not going to do that, bro. I'm my own fucking entity. I've got 2 monetized channels here in good standing. And if I talk about these people, it's because they're trying to infiltrate me. They're trying to get a piece of me. And that's cool. You can try all you want. And I'll talk about it once or twice and I'll move on to something else. But I'm my own entity. I don't need their drama sphere. I'm good on my own. And guess what? When Dawn comes back, Dawn wanted to do a stream today. I'm like, baby, we don't have time today to do one. And she let me know like a few hours ago. I'm like, let's do one later this week. Like Dawn, she's healed quite a bit. She can start to walk a bit on her ankle now. But I want to baby it a little bit more. I want to make sure it heals properly. Like I'm very protective of Dawn and that ankle. Like I'm very protective of it. Right? Because I love her. I want her to fully heal. So we'll probably do a show later on this week. And when Dawn comes back, oh man. Dawn's been sitting back watching all this, and she's kept her mouth shut. Like a princess. She's my princess. You know what? She's kept her mouth shut. Dawn hasn't said a damn thing. But she knows everything that's going on. That's called maturity. That's called, I got better shit to do with my time. She's got her friends that she calls and talks to. She talks to her mom. She does other things during the day. And stays out of this bullshit. Now, initially when Dawn was being attacked, when she first came out here publicly with me a few years back, she was standing up for herself. And I was trying to stop her from doing that because I didn't want to keep feeding into this drama. But you know what? I got to the point of where I said, screw it. If they're going to come at you, then give them a piece of your mind, baby. Let them have it. Who gives a shit? I'd rather not stoop down to their level, but they keep antagonizing to the point of where they leave you with no choice. If they leave you with no choice, then you got to do what you got to do. Excuse me. Eli is good to Dawn. Says, I love Dawn. I don't know who Art Larper is. Can you tell him who Art Larper is? I really don't want to trash talk Jamie or anyone. I don't. I really don't. I don't. It's been a long yet productive day. I took a nap for about 3 hours after my show earlier on Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, the main channel. Links below in the description. Then I got up, and Dawn had a phone therapy appointment. She has them on Mondays in the afternoon. I got up, and then I saw Christina doing a reaction video to my entire stream, right? And it's funny because the Coach Eli channel run by Jamie. Listen, you don't have to tell me. He showed his cards today. I don't really care. It's not a big deal. She was sharing the link. Jamie also made Christina a thumbnail. That wasn't Christina that made that thumbnail. That was you, graphics designer Jamie. You made that for her. You also told her to put, tags and other information in her chat like you do in your videos, and even include the Section 107 copyright, which she didn't have before. So it's like you let Jamie take over your channel, Christina. Maybe some of these people donated to you, so you can get on board the Coach Eli hate train. That's just wow. And you're being played like a fucking fiddle. You have no idea how much of a fiddle you're being played, Christina. But you know what? You're so triggered at me sharing the truth about you that even though you know you're being played like a fiddle, you're going to join them, because now you're going to hate bond with them. Like they say, they call us out on hate bonding. Now you're hate bonding with them, right? Beautiful, right? Right. That's exactly what's going on. Hate bonding, right? I learned that term from you, James. I didn't even know what the hell hate bonding was until you mentioned it a few years back. Now you're hate bonding with Christina. She's hate bonding with you, right? Ho, food for thought, right? Outspoken, good evening, Eli. I needed a nap myself today and never got around to it. I had a case of the Monday blues that couldn't snap out of it. Yeah, dude, yesterday, I wasn't feeling that good. I had a terrible stomach ache. I think I had like a 24-hour stomach bug or flu. And today I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm still a little bit under. Yeah, I think the stomach flu is going around. So I still need to go get my flu shot and the next COVID shot. Don and I are going to probably go this week or next week. We've just had a lot to do. We were up to date before that, so we're fine. We more so need the flu shot. Grotesque Subhuman 3. Is Christina still doing a live stream? Nope, she's not. She backed out because she can't handle the truth. I don't want to work with her anymore, dude. She's a very entitled and immature person. I don't want to work with someone like her. She showed her cards. Like, a mature woman that has 2 kids and a husband would never come on YouTube and behave as poorly as she has. Your behavior is just piss poor, Christina. It is, and you know it. If your husband saw this, what if your kids saw this down the road? What if your kids saw this piss poor behavior? What if you're in a divorce court and your husband gets a copy of this, of your reactions to me, and uses that against you, Christina? Do you realize what you do out here can affect you? I've learned that the hard way. Okay? You have no idea, Christina, what your mouth is going to cost you. Even on YouTube, right? I've done this for 6 years, and trust me, I watch what I say now much more closely. I'm still firm and fair, right? But I watch how I say things. I used to be a lot less filtered. These people know me from the days, and I could be a lot less filtered too. Trust me. If I went unfiltered like I used to be, I would whoop all of you to the point of no fucking return. But that's not the kind of person I want to be. It's not the kind of person I want to be. Anyway, if you're still around, Sarah, thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. It's all good. I know you've got other dumb drama to deal with. God, drama, man. YouTube drama for clicks and views and donations. Like, God, what a noble concept that is, right? What a noble fucking concept, right? This last part of the show, I really want to talk about, the reaction stream that Christina did. I didn't really hear a lot of it. I skimmed through a little bit of it, right? Give me a second. We all disapprove with Christina's behavior, says Goth Influencer. It starts in the mind, my dear, says Sandra. Grotesque says, oh wow, I didn't know what happened. I didn't see anything that changed today. I thought she was open to live streaming with you. I'm disappointed. I was looking forward to that. Go to her channel and listen to the reaction video she did. She did a stream last night. I responded to it this morning. I took notes. I didn't use any of her content. I just took notes. And I told her the truth about what's really going on. Right? She's coming out here. She's trying to say that, oh, okay, she's, in her marriage for better or worse, blah, 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 this and that. And then she contradicts herself in a response video to me yesterday, telling me a lot more stuff. So I responded and clarified / interpreted what she really meant by what she said. She's trying to pussyfoot around exactly what I said. And obviously, if what I didn't say wasn't true, it wouldn't have triggered her to do what she did. She's triggered because I hit nerves by stating the truth. The only time people get triggered is when you hit a nerve or 2 or 3 or 4 by smashing the truth when you're talking about them. Right? And again, you folks are saying, don't talk about my friend Christina. Well, hey, guess what? When you're on YouTube, you're a public figure. If you're going to talk about your stuff, you're open to the court of public opinion. I learned that the hard way years ago. If you don't want people talking about you, then don't talk out here on YouTube. Don't be a public figure. So you can't sit there and have it both ways. You can't sit there and say, okay, Christina can trash talk Eli or can talk all this smack about her relationship and her husband, and other guys that have dated women like this know what's going on are not going to be allowed to call her out. Get out of here. When I was in the dating world, these are exactly the types of entitled and spoiled women I would avoid. I would pick up on this piss poor behavior. Literally, like if I was on a dating app like Match.com or Hinge or whatever, right? Or Bumble or whatever, Plenty of Fish or OkCupid. If I was talking to a woman, I'd be able to tell through texting her if she was laid back or if she was fucking spoiled, entitled, and all that. And if she was entitled, if I gathered that, I was out. Peace out. Block. Next. Right? I wouldn't meet any woman until I had a conversation by phone, after one that would go well by text through the app. And then I would get on the phone. If that worked out and she was sweet and reasonable and decent and not sounding entitled and not sounding like a radical feminist, then I would meet her. If she didn't, fit the bill, right? If she was like a Christina, then she was eliminated, gone. I'm not going to waste my time on women that feel they're entitled to everything. You're not entitled to nothing. No one's entitled to anything. Nothing. So again, yeah, if you don't want people sharing their opinions about you, then don't come out here and share about you. Coach Eli is uncensored today. Maybe so, brother. I've had it, dude. I've had it, man. I'm done. I'm done with the piss poor behavior of modern men and women. More so the millennial generation, but it stems down to the Gen Zers. Now, there are a few Gen Xers that are spoiled and entitled, but there are very few of them. The majority of the entitled generation is the millennial generation, and that's exactly where Christina's at. What, you're like 35, 36, around there, 34, 35, 36. You're a spoiled, entitled millennial. That's my opinion. What are you going to come back? Are you going to come back and talk the same shit that all these people have said? Oh, you live with your mom and your mom pays your bills. First of all, I share a house with my mom. Before you want to go off on this at some point, let me do it for you, Christina. Don and I, we share a house with my mother. It's a 3-story house. We live on the bottom floor. It's 2,000 square feet, and we pay the mortgage there. The mortgage there is the same price as it would cost Don and I to live in a 700 square foot, 1-bedroom apartment. So why would we not live there and put money into the family estate, especially when we're going to get that home anyways, right? And we're going to have to maintain it and do other things to it, right? So before you want to get on the Coach Eli hate train and say, oh, Eli lives off his estate. Eli is a mama's boy. Eli is this. If you want to go ahead and do that, let me do it for you. It's definitely not true, but let me start the hate train for you on myself because if I can't have a good laugh at my own expense, then, whoa, shit, I'm out. Holy shit, that dog's there, man. That dog, I'm out. Screw that. Oh, man. Screw that, man. I knew that dog was coming, too. That dog looks a lot like our dog, Bochi, the bigger dog. It was, man. It was, man. No, that's a low fence, and they leave that dog out there. That dog one day is going to hurt someone. I'm telling you, that dog is a vicious dog. Now, our Bochi is considered a vicious dog. He's part pit, but he's a very sweet dog. Unless you antagonize him and stuff, like, he's a very sweet dog. He's very well trained, very well mannered. He's just phenomenal. You talk about Chad Thundercock. Cock's advice to people is to work as less as you can, as less as you possibly can, and if you can do what Eli is doing by living with family, I think that's the best way. Well, this is the truth of the matter is the only reason why I'm living there is, number one, because it's a big house and I have my own space, and Don and I have our own space. We have our own entrance, okay, and we have space to do what we need to do. I've got a YouTube studio I built down there, okay, and it's a nice living room and a bedroom and a bathroom and all that, right? Then there's a second story with 4 other bedrooms, and then there's the top floor, which is the kitchen, living room, and all that. And the thing is, my dad built that home in 1984. Okay, and there have been some refinances done every now and then. So, I mean, there's still a little mortgage on it. It's right around $3,000 a month. It's not a whole lot. And it will be paid off, in the near future. I don't need to get into that far detail. But the bottom line is that it makes sense to do that and put the $3,000 into equity of a home that your family owns, then give it to an apartment complex and have a place where you have 1/3 the space, 700 square feet, for the same price. You guys don't realize how expensive apartments are, or just how expensive buying a house at today's market value is. So if you're grandfathered into family homes, my brother lives on another family property, and he pays everything there. Puts all that money into the estate. Why would he not do that? Right? Right? Why would he not do that? It's a smart thing to do. I think more so people trash talk this because they're jealous they're not in the position, which is, we're not trying to make anyone jealous. Right? Yeah, you got people like what? Let's talk about you for a second. Chrissy knows it all. Chrissy knows it all. You're really triggered. You commented on someone's community post today, and you're saying, "I'm really effing triggered at Eli today." Why? Because of me being truthful and honest with Christina. It triggered you because you can't handle the truth. Christina, you've got over 1,000 hate comments that you made on me, and I've got all those hate comments screenshot in a folder. I could do an entire stream on your hate alone, and it would take me 5 hours to get through it. Right? Yet you're a mother of 4, and you're happily married, right? Yet you spend all your time on YouTube trash talking myself and others. It's pathetic, right? At the same time, from what I remember, no disrespect, you yourself came on a stream and said you're about 300 pounds. I'm not knocking you for being overweight, but why don't you focus your time on getting healthier for your family, and instead of coming out here and trash talking people on YouTube? I admire your tight-knit family. Nothing wrong with you guys living on the same property and paying into the home that your father built. Well, yeah. The house is not paid off yet. I mean, there are other homes paid off in the family estate, but we're living in our father's legacy. We're all pitching our money together and paying everything off. That's the smart thing to do. Like, I don't get what the hate's all about, right? Now, initially, years ago, I tried to hide all of that because I didn't want people doxing me and harming my family, but too late. They figured it all out, and then they came at my family, my mom, my brother, my former place of self-employment, professional insurance, all that. Like, you have no idea what these people did to me years ago. You have no idea what they did. But like Gloria Gaynor, I will survive, right? And I'm still here. And I'm still going. But if any of those other people, went through, if someone did to them what they all did to me back then, they would have all been gone. Because they're weak. They're weak. Your weakness is my sweetness. What was that? Hammer time? MC Hammer? No, not Christy. No. There are 2 Christinas. One goes by Chrissy Knows It All. She's been someone that has been coming at me for like 5 years. Christina, Real Talk Christina, Chrissy Knows It All is around my age. She's probably around 45 or 50. Christina, Real Talk Christina is around 30, 34, 35, 36, around there. I don't think she's like 300 pounds. I think if I had to guess, Christina is probably around 170 or 180. She's probably maybe 40, 50 pounds overweight. Right? Which is really not that big of a deal as long as you have a good attitude. But if you have a shit attitude and you're overweight, like how attractive is that to a man? If you're out of shape, overweight, and you have a crappy attitude, like how do you work with that? Todd's in love with my mom, vegan dolls. My son is coming to live with me maybe in September. I can't wait. Good. You gonna charge him rent? Nothing wrong. I mean, if some parents want to let their kids stay at home, 3 to 6 months at no cost, but if they stay longer, then there should be some rent charged, because you gotta teach your kids a lesson, in my opinion, right? But I've been paying my own way, the whole entire time. My brother and I used to both live in some apartments, and the rent just started going sky high. It just started going sky high, and we're like, there's no point in paying more rent when we can pay into the family estate the same amount of money that we're paying for an apartment. It's just, just doesn't make sense otherwise. If my child went public venting about me That may be the straw that would break the camel's back, and if the chick is 300 pounds, she may break the camel's back herself. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably going to trigger her, but hey, it's all good. I mean, she smack talks me all over YouTube all day, every day. She's been doing that for the last 5 years, so who knows? Sandra's laughing. Hi, hey, Sandra. I love when you pop in every now and then. Patty says, he will be a great help to me. So many things I can't do anymore. Good. Yeah, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. If you're going to help your parents and take care of them, like I do a lot of stuff for my mom. I do a lot of repairs on the estate. My brother does too. But the amount of maintenance I've done at the house where Don and I are at, has saved the estate literally tens of thousands of dollars. I got a snake from. I remember my mother used to, call like Roto-Rooter, and it would cost $500 to come and unclog a toilet, or if the shower drain had her hair stuck in her shower, and the water wouldn't go through. We would get clogged and overflow, right? So I went on the Amazon years ago and I bought a 6-foot. They call it a snake, and I've been unclogging, so many clogs over the last several years. I've literally saved, the family estate at least 5 to 10 grand in plumbing fees and stuff like that, right? I changed all the indoor and outdoor light bulbs. There's other things, fuses and stuff. There's like a lot of stuff to change. Batteries for alarms and alarm sensors and all that. Like I do all the maintenance and stuff like that. I replace toilet parts. Toilets, they wear down after a while. You got to change the inside of the toilet. Sometimes they get stuck and they get old and then they leak. So you got to change the parts. I do all that. Shouldn't cost any more than $45 to snake a drain that has hair in it. Well, out here nowadays, Roto-Rooter coming out to do that, it's like a $500 minimum call. Bro, I really wish it only cost $45. But the bottom line is I've done it all myself for years now. I snake my own shit. So I think most men will do that. I'm sure you probably do that too. Yeah, I just changed all my toilet parts about 2 years ago. Yeah, because after a while, what happens is when you flush the toilet, the water won't stop running because the parts wear out. So you got to replace the internals of your toilet, right? And then you have the stop at the bottom. We have coiler toilets. When my dad built the house, he wanted to get the best toilets. He wanted to get the quiet toilets, right? And so he had the toilets that would take like 5 minutes to fill. After you flush it, they would take fucking 5 minutes to fill because they were quiet and he wanted to have it quiet. So when I replaced them, I replaced them with the louder ones that fill the damn toilet in like 40 seconds. Like you flush it all the way down and that thing fills up quick, right? If someone else is waiting to use the restroom, they shouldn't have to sit there and wait 5 freaking minutes. I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating, maybe like 2 to 3 minutes, right? But I replaced them with the with the little louder ones, and it's not that much louder, but they fill much faster, and they get stuck after a while, and the water keeps running. Absolutely, do as much of your own maintenance as possible. Yeah. It's good that one of you is there near your mom. Well, we're both near my mom, actually. My brother lives literally like less than a mile away. My mom goes to his place all the time. I go when I can. My brother's a pretty busy guy. He's got a girlfriend too, and they like to go wine tasting, like down south in Paso Robles, which is closer to Southern California. It's in Central California, closer to Southern California, near like San Luis Obispo, where Cal Poly's at, and Santa Barbara and all that area there, right before Southern California. So yeah, no, we're both there. We take care of her as best as possible. I'm just putting this out there because I'm like, look, Christina, if you want to trash talk me, I'll trash talk myself. I got no shame. You got shame because you're afraid to admit the truth about yourself, which will set your soul free, right? Right? Yeah, I said some words. I didn't mean I used the N-word by accident. The person I called the N-word, Joe Buddy, he's a part of your hate group now. You can ask Joe Buddy. Joe Buddy also likes to make fun of me and say, when's the life coaching going to begin? Because he just doesn't love himself, and he's triggered that, I'm not afraid to, approach people and call them out, right? Joe Buddy is a Hispanic man, right? And, I was triggered on a live stream panel run by the guy that infiltrated your chat, but run by Jamie. I was on Jamie's panel years ago, and he intentionally triggered me. That's what he does. And I got so triggered that I called Joe Buddy the N-word. And quite frankly, honestly, I think Jamie loves that clip because he thinks it's funny, because he thinks I had more balls back then to talk like that. The bottom line is, that's not about having balls. That was rude. I should have never behaved that way. And yes, I am ashamed of myself for saying that. And as far as the disabled people go, Christina, I've never once attacked the disabled, like I mentioned in the past few streams, or on the past few streams. I've never once attacked the disabled, ever. They attacked me and I defended myself. And then Jamie and these people spun it out of context for drama donations and drama views and donations, right? You go back and look at all these videos yourself. If you have all the time in the world, which it sounds like you do, because, it sounds like, you never spend time with your man. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can trash talk me all you want. I'll trash talk myself. It's all good. I'm secure enough within myself to trash talk myself. So if there's anything I missed, Christina, about what they're going to try to get you to trash talk me, or what they're going to say in the chat, he lives with his mom is a sugar mama, his mom pays for everything. No, that's not how it works. Donna and I, we live on the same property. We have our own spot. We have our own door. We have 2,000 square feet. We pay the mortgage there. We pay half the bills there. A lot of the services there I brought over from when I lived in an apartment, and I basically give access to the rest of the house. Fiber internet, the direct TV, all of that, all those are my accounts. Heck, I installed the direct TV. I know how to install the direct TV dishes. I installed all that shit myself. So if I left anything out that you wish to trash talk me on, if you want to call me a fake life coach, Christina, you want to call me a fake life coach because you can't handle the fact that I schooled you on the truth. And it's not even about me trying to school you. I'm only saying that right now because I'm really disappointed at your piss poor behavior. Maybe you'll think twice before continuing going down this path. I hope you do. I don't think you will. I think you're gonna keep coming, because I think you're that miserable and lonely in your marriage. I think you're gonna keep coming at me because it's gonna give you something to fill the void. With that being said, folks, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. Did I miss any messages there? No, have a good one. We're out. Peace out.